Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, you're going to meet a brilliant entrepreneur who's shaking up the world of electrical contracting. We'll share her journey next.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
Well, when we think about male-dominated industries, one of them that probably is on the top of the list is construction and electrical contracting. Something like 15% of people in construction and electrical contracting are women. Christine Delgado is changing that narrative. She is a rising star in her industry. She's the president of Allied Electrical Group of Texas. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
All right, I want to start with my favorite story that you shared with me. So when you started this thing in 2012, you didn't feel like you could use your own name.
No, only in certain capacities. As receptionist, as,
Really?
data entry clerk, I could definitely be my own name, but.
All right, so you used your dad's name for
I did. I used my father's name in order just to conduct business. With his permission, of course, but.
Yeah, so that you would email as Mike?
I did, yeah. We did that. It started as an experiment in my company that I think a lot of people didn't realize, especially because even men who work with me didn't realize just how much pushback I got all the time as a woman.
Yeah.
So we did it as an experiment of just day-to-day functions when I needed to get something done.
Yeah.
I was like, let me try it as Mike and see if I get quite as much pushback. And I wouldn't.
Really? Okay, what happened when they wanted to get Mike on the phone or face-to-face?
Well, very rarely did it have to go that way. It was little things. You have change orders, you have deadlines, you have inspections or whatever.
Mike's
and
in a meeting, but I can take care of that for you.
It was more so just like shooting off an email, and like I was telling you, it was always great idea, Mike. Love that, Mike.
I love
Thanks
that.
for coming up with that, Mike. We'll do that, Mike. And I was like, okay, so I didn't have to fight.
When did you feel permission to come out?
I would say there was probably 2022, 2023 is whenever I popped my head out and realized that there was more women in the industry suddenly.
Yes.
And I really appreciated that. And I was like, wait, hang on, there's more of us doing it. They've kind of forged the way for me. So, which I'll be forever grateful for. But, while I was doing it in the background and pretending, to be a man, they were coming out and doing it as women. So I actually have more respect for them. But
Well, everything that I've ever read and all the studies show that women make better leaders than men. Their egos are not as big. They're better at collaboration. So since you've come out as a woman.
It's weird that I had to.
Business is doing well?
Yeah, it's doing pretty good. It's doing pretty good. I enjoy it, and I've sort of made it more of a mission of mine recently to partner up with more and more women. I do think that we have an attention to detail. We do collaborate really well. There's not a ton of ego. We can park that just to get the job done. Yes. So I've really enjoyed working with women, and I've been trying to network more and build kind of that partnership with more women in this industry.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
We're going to pull up your website, and as we scroll on the website, I know you do commercial and residential.
No, we do not do residential.
You don't do residential.
Commercial and industrial.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So don't call me for that plug at your house.
Sorry about that.
Yeah. You're good.
So,
You're good.
Tell us more about your ideal client.
So it's general contractors are typically my ideal client. We do ground up construction, remodel, TI finish out. And then we also have been doing more and more working into the space of manufacturing and working directly with those clients.
Yes.
Just they have power needs for, the machineries and stuff that they have coming in. So it's a lot of that stuff. And we're looking more and more at just being open and seeing if there's something else that people could use us for that we haven't really thought of. I'd really love to find those little niche markets where we could be beneficial that a lot of people have power needs, but
Sure.
fulfilling
Like
that.
your sweet spot is small to mid-sized companies, or do you work with the Fortune 500?
No. So we're a lot more. I like to separate them by tiers, but we're a lot more larger than kind of the teeniest, tiniest little things. But we do that too. I would say we work on car dealerships, grocery stores, retail properties that are like that, and some industrial as well. But we're probably not going to be building the next stadium, the next Mavericks arena that's coming up over here.
And I have to imagine, because one of the things, your hallmark is attention to detail,
Yes.
that you've kept clients around since the very beginning.
Yes. Yeah. We have a lot of them that they call us for all of their needs. And no matter what, we jump up and we get it done because we appreciate that. They were the ones that took the chance on us way back when we were just babies.
Well, every customer appreciates on time, on budget. And when you talk about attention to
Correct.
detail, what does that mean for you?
So it means that typically a lot of our job is identifying problems before they happen. So we don't want to be, having to run around with our hair on fire whenever you have to make a construction deadline. And you certainly don't want clients that can't, open up and be in business because they can't get their job finished being built. So we are typically looking ahead at everything that we have to manage out of the project and anything else that we can really see that pops up that, we've been doing this for a while, for 14 years now. So if there's anything that we can see and identify that even maybe doesn't have anything to do with electrical, we try to point it out. We try to, help other trades. Hey, you may have an issue here that's coming up around the bend.
Sure. And there's a lot of moving pieces, especially here in Texas. The weather can play a role. So everything is scheduled, and then, there's 4 days of rain, and then the pavement doesn't get, settled in time.
Yeah. What's that phrase to you have a plan and God laughs at it? Yeah, that's pretty much construction in Texas, I would say.
And so when the people who were supposed to do the job before you are delayed, it sets back everything.
It does. So our job from that is to just be as flexible and malleable and give grace where we can.
Yes.
That's it, because we know that it could happen to us as well. So, we do a lot of working with the trades that are out there as well. There's moments where we have a lift that's out there and they already thought that they were going to be gone, so they called theirs off, and that would cost them a lot. And we're like, hey, use ours.
Oh,
If I can help you get this done so I can get into these walls and do what we got to do, use ours. And so we do a lot of, helping out the other trades, because at the end of the day, we're all just trying to make that schedule. We're all just trying to make sure that we stay out of trouble.
Okay, what attracted you to this industry?
Fun. So originally I came from banking. I had nothing to do with this, but my dad is a serial entrepreneur and he's a master electrician. So my entire life he owned his businesses, and I went and worked for him. I was young. I was maybe 19. I worked for him and I bounced my way around his company, and I just really kind of fell in love. I loved everything about it. It was so different than the corporate world that I knew. And he decided he wanted to retire and sold his company. I could not afford that company, so I had nothing to do with that. But I like to say I have that disease that tells me that, well, if you can do it, I can do it. I just don't, I have to figure out how, but I can do it. And so I had to present that to my dad, and he had started his first company when he was in his early 20s. So, me doing that, and he's always been a huge supporter of mine. So whenever I said, I want to start a company too, I've got all these things that, and I've got a wealth of knowledge from you. do you mind if I kind of pull you out of retirement a little bit and just tap on you whenever I need it, and to be my mentor? And he loved the idea of that. So that's
he
how
had
it
to be
started.
tremendously proud that you decided to follow in his footsteps.
Yeah, I don't think I was the kid he thought would do it. I do not think so. I think he thought that I was the one that would take off and, just go in the other direction. But yeah, and it's been, I would say, for me and my dad, that's how we discovered how alike we are, and just how much we have in common personality and all of the things over the years. We have, I like to joke that if I go and visit my dad now, we have nothing to talk about if it's not business. And I think that's both of us. We really don't care about much anything else except for business. That's how we bond.
And you have a beautiful young daughter, 7 years old.
I have a 7-year-old and a 16-year-old son.
Congratulations. Do you think either of them will end up going into the biz?
I hope. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see. I know that I definitely didn't think that I would when I was a kid. So I think for them, they look at what I do and the effort that I put into it. And I think that they do definitely think, like, that's a lot of work. Like, that doesn't sound like fun. And I think most kids look at it like that and say, no.
Have they been out on a job site with you?
No. It's dangerous. Come on. I wish I.
All right, we have about 2 minutes left, so I want you to talk into the camera on the left and talk to that young lady who's thinking about a career in contracting or construction.
Do it. It's rewarding. There's definitely hard parts of it, but you can be so successful in this industry if you're a hard worker. All that you have to do is show that you're willing to put in that hard work, the same as the men who did it before you. And if you can work with them, it's just do it. I think it's amazing. I think it's amazing that girls want to. I was at the orthodontist with my son the other day, and the girl in the seat next to him was telling her orthodontist that she's going to college for construction management. And I immediately was...
That's so cool.
I love that. I'm so excited. I wanted to cheer her on, but
I love
it's
that.
mind your business.
Well, you've been an amazing guest. Thank you so much for sharing your story with us. We're going to end with the website, which is aegtexas.com. The great Christine Delgado. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you so much for having me. This was so much fun.
We'll see you next time.